Right, how's it going, guys? I'm just going to show you today quickly my plan for what I'm going to grow vegetable-wise this year. I'm going to keep it very minimalistic because over the past few years I've used up most of my growing space to grow stuff like squash and pumpkin, and when they fail, it feels like using so much space for something that doesn't really come to anything. So this year I'm going to focus on the stuff that I know me and my family will eat and my mum will love. So I'm just gonna grow these three. And if anyone has seen my previous videos, they'll know that I've just got 2 vegetable patches. Well, I had 3. I've now taken it down to 2 because I've transformed the end patch into a flower bed. So I've got carrot, Nantes 5 there. I've got parsnip white gem. And then Brussels sprouts, Evesham special. So the varieties aren't anything. Well, I'm not aware that I've grown them before. Maybe I have, but I didn't pick out the varieties because of any particular reason. I just kind of got what looked good and what was fairly priced. So with the carrots and parsnips, I'm going to be sowing them direct into the soil. And because my soil is quite well decomposed, it's quite well structured, there's no stones in it, they should grow perfectly fine and not fork too much. With the Brussels sprouts, I'm going to be sowing them today, and I'm going to be growing them on a little bit before I plant them into the beds because I do get a lot of pigeons in my garden and they do love a good brassica leaf. So I'm going to put these to one side. I'll show you my little sketch of what I've done. Very rough. I literally drew it in like a minute flat. So I'm going to have 2 rows at the back of Brussels sprouts in each bed. Sorry about my dirty fingernails. Been gardening again. And then I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to be able to fit in each bed, but one's going to be parsnips and one's going to be carrots. I do have my gooseberry bush right here. I'm probably going to move that this year, but as of yet it doesn't have a place to go, so that's why I've incorporated in the picture. So yeah, that's literally all I'm doing for vegetables, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I might plant the carrots and parsnips successionally, yep, is that a word? So that the harvest lasts quite a bit longer, because with carrots I'm happy to pick them when they're small and eat them, just have them as a side. Like, my mum's going to be asking me for the carrots and stuff, so I'll just pick as and when and then re-sow. With the parsnips, I'm just going to leave them in until they get to a decent size, which may last till Christmas, or they may all be harvested sooner. So I'm thinking about sow 1 set of rows, leave a nice gap in the middle, and then 2-3 weeks later, maybe a month later, I'll sow another row in between them, so that once the outer rows are harvested, the inner row will be getting to a size that I'll be able to harvest a little bit after that. Yeah, so that's for my outdoors beds. In my greenhouse, I'm going to be growing tomatoes. I haven't bought the varieties yet because I'm not going to sow them so soon because I don't have the space or area to protect them. But I'm probably going to get a beefsteak variety as well as a cherry variety. And then I've also got cucumber seeds. Nothing on the back. Yeah, so I'm going to try those in the greenhouse. I'm going to grow them in pots first, and then if they are doing really well, I'll grow them in pots in the greenhouse first. If they're doing really well in the greenhouse, I'll maybe plant them into the greenhouse or keep them in pots. But if they're not doing so great in the greenhouse and they need little cooler temperatures, then I'll take them out and grow them somewhere in the garden. But the plan is to keep them in the greenhouse. So there's 60 seeds there, which that's more than enough. I'm probably only going to grow maybe 2 or 3 plants of that. I also have some jalapeno peppers. I haven't grown peppers in quite a few years now, so that'll be good to grow. And that's it for the seeds I'm going to be growing this year, vegetable-wise. Trying to think if there's anything else. Nothing else planned so far, but that doesn't mean that there's definitely going to be nothing else I'll grow. because I'm focusing on like flowers this year, because I'm transforming my garden, so I'm gonna have a lot more growing space for flowers, and here are the new ones. So I've got the Stipia there. If you saw my propagator video, they are already coming up in there, but I'm going to grow a lot more of those, because I want to really fill the beds with these and then have some nice flowers coming through them. So there is those. I've then got these scabious. The flowers are, I believe they're white on this variety, and this is the seed head, so grown for cut flowers mostly, but I'm not going to be planting those till March. And then here we've got some consolida. It's this flower. It doesn't have those seed heads, they're just for decoration. So I just thought it was quite a nice colour, it'd go really nice, and they are not going to be planted until March, maybe April. I've got some nice cosmos. I've also got this cosmos, which is it's pink and white stripes. They are for my mum. I've got this phlox, which goes really nice. I actually got these as a 3. These 3, they came as a bundle on Sarah Raven. The colours go really nicely together, and apparently they'll make a nice cut flower, like vase situation, but I'm not going to be cutting the flowers, I'm just going to have them in the borders. I've then got these Cerintha Major. They're really nice. There's only about, how many seeds? There's only 12 seeds in there. Quite large seeds as well, actually. I think I've got it open. It surprised me. I've not grown these before. The seeds are quite big on this. Again, I'm not going to be... Oh, I can plant them in February, but I'm probably gonna wait until it's a little bit warmer outside, because I just need the space in my greenhouse to grow a lot of these seeds. So like you see there, they're quite big. So there's only 12 of them. But they self-seed quite readily, apparently. Well, that's what the seed packet says. So we should see about that, and I'll probably save some of those seeds because they just look really, really pretty. I've then got this panicum, which is kind of a filler decoration grass. It gives some texture to the border. And was that everything? Oh, I've got some sweet peas as well. These are like a purple variety, I believe, like a similar colour to this actually. I believe that they're sort of a mixture of those colours. So that'll go nice. I need to build some sort of wigwam or trellis to grow these on, because I keep growing them and then plant them into the border, like next to some bamboo sticks, and then they never really come to anything, and they get outgrown very quickly, which is very odd. But it's just because I've not been looking after them properly. I've just not. They've always been very low priority in my garden, sweet peas. So I'll probably try a bit harder with these this year. And that is it as far as what I'm going to grow from seed this year. So I'm going to be planting today. I have already sowed some seeds there over. I'll take you over there in a second. I'll show you them, and then I'm going to be planting those, like I already said. Right, let me just change up the position and I will continue. Sorry about how gross this looks. I quite like the effect, but it does look very dirty. It's just water stains. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to move you over now. Right, so now we are over the other side of my bedroom, where I've got my propagator this way, and then I've got some seeds starting here. And I guess the first thing I'll do is show you the seeds that I've already sowed. I sowed these, well, I'll say on the label, the 2nd, so 4 days ago, yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Okay, so I've just remembered that I'm growing leeks, so I'm going to need to put those in to my very quick sketch as well. So I guess I'll just half the area that the... I didn't even find the seed packet. Let me quickly find that seed packet. Right, here we are. So these are the leeks I'm growing. So Autumn, Mammoth 2, Snowstar. Quite a long name. Yeah, I've already sowed those. My mind went completely blank with those. So yeah, I'm just going to have to incorporate those in the vegetable patches as well. So there are actually some starting to come up. There's a little guy there, yeah, you can see a couple. they've just started coming up. So I sowed that quite heavily, so there's quite a lot of seeds in there. I might do, I don't know if I'll successionally grow these actually. Maybe I will. Anyway, so I've got some red cannas which I sowed in here. Can't see anything at the moment. They should start coming up within the next week. In here I've got 5 castor oil plants, so the Ricinus in here, and then I've got cream cannas in here. So they're a green variety with, sorry, it wasn't even in frame. A green variety with larger cream flowers, whereas the red cannas will have orangey flowers. So that's that. And then over here, this is just the jalapeno peppers that are in there. There's 5 seeds in there. So they normally take longer than a week to come up. So I'll expect them to come up in about 2 weeks after I've sown them. So that's that. Whilst we're over here, no, I'll quickly sow this the Brussels sprouts and show you how I'll do that, and then I'll show you what's going on in my propagator because it's changing so quickly. And yeah, we'll get on with that. Right, so as you can see with the cannas and the Ricinus, I've been using these tissue roll tubes to grow the seeds in because they're free. Well, they are waste and I'm just reusing them. So I need to cut those up into smaller pieces. So I'm just going to be cutting them in half. Oh, I'm just going to be cutting them straight in half and then filling them with compost. Right, and they fit in quite nicely into these takeaway tubs. So Chinese or Indian, I always save the plastic tubs. They work as great water dishes. So I can only fit 6 in here, so I'm thinking about doing 2. I'll do 2 seeds per cell, just because I want more than 6 plants, and I don't have another plastic tub at the moment to use. Right, I'm just going to quickly fill those up and be right back. Right, the segments are full, the Brussels sprouts are here. There's about 500 seeds, was it 500? Yep, 500 seeds in the packet on average. So we've got plenty to go around. Yeah, so I'm just going to put roughly 2, try and get 2 in each segment. 2, maybe I could get 3, but I don't know how long I'm going to have them in these segments, so maybe 2 is probably a safer bet. So let's just get a few for now. These are quite an alright size, so I can just place them individually. Here we are. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, I think I'm going to want a few more of these, so I'll probably grow. Oops, that one went a bit far. I'll probably plant some more of these once I get another plastic tub, because I'm going to want it. Yeah, I'm going to want it more than this, but these can do for now. That one go there. Yeah, let's put those 3 back in the packet. Right, good thing about having this tray as well is I can water them from underneath. So let's just poke them in, cover them over. These should come up within a week. Cover them over just lightly. I can't see. Oh, there it is. Quite hard to see with the dirt. There we are. Right, cool. So I've written up a label already. I'll stick the label in the outside just so it doesn't have to go into one of these, and then give that a water. So I've got my water right here. Let's try not to mess this up. There we go, just let that soak up and see if that's enough. I'll probably need a little bit more after. Right, so that's those done. So let's get that packet back in there so I don't lose it. Cool. Right, that's them. So they're just going to stay here until it warms up a little bit, and then I'll take them out into the greenhouse and harden them off in the greenhouse. My greenhouse doesn't get hot this time of year, so it's going to be absolutely fine for those. Yeah, I'll give you a quick update on my propagator. A lot has happened to some, but not a lot has happened to others. So let me just readjust the camera and I'll be right back. I've decided to do this part by hand because I can't get the tripod close enough without it being in the way. Right, so I'll start off with the biggest thing in here, which have grown the quickest. So here are the tiny tomatoes, the 2 that germinated out of the 4. They're just growing so quick. So I planted them on, what's that, the 10th of January, and it's now the 6th of February. So, and they're only supposed to grow about maybe about this tall. So if you think about that, they'll probably start flowering fairly soon, which is good news. So there's those. The Rebecchias were growing very quick, so I had to get them out of the dish they were in. And just like the Brussels sprouts, I've planted them into their own little cells here, and then there was extra, so I put them in their own cells in this little... This is just a... Let me get that out. They're in a little tuna can. So down here we've got the tiny cactus, which I'm going to be showing in a different video. I tried out some Drosera capensis in these little jars just for a little bit of fun, but the fun quickly died. In here we've got some Gamier, Pygmy Drosera Gamier. I'll do a separate video on those because I've got a lot more Gamier coming in the post. Then these guys, these are all the pinguiculars. They are doing great. I won't show all of them because they all look the same. Although this one actually is quite exciting. There's so much moss growing in there. Look at that. I just think that's so cool. The parent ping in there is she's doing all right. It's just very pale yellow, but this one's not been in here as long as these guys. And if you look at this one, it's very, very pink. It looks more pink in person, and that's how they're supposed to look. But that one, as you can see, is just really, really pale green. So I'm not sure why that is. I guess the longer it's in here, it will turn more pink. Then we've got the stipias here and there, and let me hold them up. You can actually see that. So only one seed was planted in each of these cells, and you can see they're really starting to spread out. So they started as one piece of grass coming up, and they've now divided into about 5. So that's good. They'll keep getting bigger and bigger. I'm gonna have to pot those up into their own pots very soon. This propagator is gonna get very full. In here we've just got more Droseras. Oh, there's a window right there. They're very small. They're nothing exciting to look at. In here we've got the Droseras that are a little bit bigger. They're doing really, really nicely. And there's a lot of moss growth in there as well. Get that lid back on. This agave has not changed much. I'm not losing hope, but like it's fading fairly quick. In here we've got just more Droseras in there, so a lot of Droseras. I'm going to try and find some sort of containers that fit together a little nicer than these, because the propagator is going to be getting so much fuller. That's what it looks like now, and I think once the cannas come up, I'm going to want to move the cannas into here as well. And I think the cannas, really, they're going to take priority over the pings. So the pings can probably come out and go back onto my shelf, my windowsill, sorry. But we'll see. And these are just growing so quick. So if you saw my last video, they just had their baby leaves, and then like one of these little leaves was just starting to show. But as you can see, like that one there, that's like almost as thick as my thumb. That's not my thumb, that's my finger. Yeah, so they're doing really good. I know there's 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of those, so that'll be really nice if they get to grow. And to a nice size, I'd get them out in the garden. So that's it so far for what's growing this year. Yeah, I'm not going to sow any more seeds until probably March. just because for one, I ain't got the space in here, and for two, I just want it to get a bit warmer outside so I can start sowing stuff directly into my greenhouse, because I've built a shelf in there, so a bench, so it's gonna, there's a lot of space for seed trays, whereas in my bedroom I don't have that much space. Yeah, so that's what's going on at the moment. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll probably do another video very, very soon, because I've got some stuff coming in the post. I'm going to want to do a video about that, so that'll be good. I hope you guys are all well and enjoying the video. I know I'm still a bit awkward with my videos, but I'm getting there, and it's quite fun. It's good to document stuff. I'm enjoying documenting the stuff, so I'll be able to watch it back and see what I did this year, and then see what I can do different next year. And I think that's a big part of why I want to do videos. But obviously anyone enjoying it, that's a bonus. So yeah, alright, I'm going to leave it there before I rant on too much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.